We usually do this at the end. We have reverse psychology here. We're
Yeah, we're
starting with the
going
stupid
backward.
shit up front. Hey, welcome to week 3 of
Pound it.
Down the Walk
Pound
podcast,
it,
baby.
baby.
Welcome back.
Welcome. Thanks, everyone, for watching.
We're pounding. Yeah, man. Well, we had another week of football.
Yeah.
It's crazy
Keeps
how this
happening.
works. It's like 1 week
And the
passes and
Colts and the
it just keeps
Chargers
going.
keep getting
That
better.
shit's crazy. They are winning games, man. They are winning games. We're excited to go over the previous week. I'm going to be honest. I was at a wedding the night before, so I missed a lot of Sunday night football because I was
I
very
was
much
in
hungover
Vegas,
throughout
so
the day.
I mean, I was just making sure I wasn't hungover by being continuously drunk the whole time. So that was good. But I tried to watch. I remember I had Red Zone. I was watching Red Zone on my phone. Yeah, the Thursday game, I was at a cool little. I sent you a picture. It was like a giant Titantron pool bar area. It's pretty sick.
Admittedly, I slept 2 hours the night before that one too, so I was out by
Dude,
like
that
the
game,
sixth
I mean, yeah,
try.
we'll talk about it
So
obviously. I guess
if you,
we could that's the first thing we're doing, talking about the games, right? We can jump right into it. That game was insane.
yeah, we can jump right in. I don't think there's much else to go on because we both had a hell of a weekend. Shout out Brian
Shout out
Miller for
Mark for
finally getting
getting
married.
married soon.
There we go. Look, marriage
Getting
is in
old.
the air. Getting old. Yep. Well, here we are. We have. Let's just jump right in. I mean, we have the Thursday game. From what I did notice, Micah
Dude.
Parsons is one hell of a pickup, dude. And Washington desperately needs to figure out the
Yeah,
running back situation.
yeah, first bet in Vegas that when I got there, I put $150 on the Skins. I was like, yeah, this is it. But anyways, past that, like you said, Micah Parsons and the Packers defense, it was a statement game. I know it's early in the season, but their defense looked amazing. Like it was like one of the best defensive games I've ever seen by a team that I can think of in years. They were swarming the ball, they were suffocating a obviously talented Jaden Daniels. And yeah, they couldn't get the ball rolling. And obviously Austin Eckler tore his Achilles at the very end. His career's done. And then they got like this whole
Yeah.
Ja'Cory Croskett Merritt, and they call him Bill. I saw someone that said he's the first industry plant football player. Like they just like making him a big deal. But I mean, yeah, I don't know. They couldn't get anything rolling.
All right.
Credit Jaden Daniels for still trying to stay alive, and they were at a reachable, trailing at a reachable score like throughout the whole game. But man, the Packers are their defense is amazing. Their defense is amazing.
Our defense is great. I mean, offense did what they had to do too. I mean, Jordan Love had a great game. Josh Jacobs, solid. Tucker Kraft, shout out. He had 100, 25 yards. I think this is the first time he said he's ever gone over 100 at any
He looked
level,
like Dallas
even
Clark out
college.
there, man. And we also hit on our first
He looks
parlay of the
great.
season, road to undefeated, just like last year. We
We
actually hit
did.
though.
Bonus bet, $10 bonus bet turned to 75 bucks. That bankrolled my weekend. I think I still have
I
a little bit of
don't.
money left over.
Yeah,
Yeah.
never
Well,
going
Vegas will
back.
do that to you,
Yeah, no,
but
that was a good game. And then Sunday was right around the corner. And I guess as far as head to head go, I felt like I beat you. Yeah, dude, I fucking beat you by one. We're tied.
you got me on one, so the
Yeah, we're
pinky
just ass
is
to
out
ass
of the
now.
butthole. We're just ass to ass, ready to take.
Oh my
Next
God.
pinky
Yeah,
up.
I mean, I guess we'll roll right into it. The Ravens, kind of a stinky game. I'm not surprised Cleveland's defense plus interdivisional matchup, but then they just ran it up at the end of the game, so the score looked crazy. Derrick Henry was getting fucking stuffed. Yeah,
He
yeah,
had not
not
a
very
great
stuffed
game.
game. He couldn't really. They got to the end. They got to the red zone in the second half, one possession, and didn't even convert any points out of it. Didn't even give Derrick Henry the ball. So I mean, it just things like that. You got to question coaching, but they won.
Guy like that, I mean, he gets 25 yards in a game, and then the week before he gets 160 some. I mean, shout out Cleveland defense for doing that. But Lamar, I mean, he looked great out there. I think he threw for
Yeah,
four
they ran it up. I think
tutties,
there
if
was a
I'm not
pick six at the
mistaken.
end too.
So,
If I'm not mistaken, they ended up putting up like 40 points.
yeah, no, Baltimore's offense. I mean, we kind of figured they were going to come out hungry after that loss to Buffalo the week before, divisional game. They came out with their dicks swinging, and their dicks were a
Yeah,
little
and
bit
then
bigger at
right
swinging.
after that, Jacksonville, Cincy. That's another, I would say, ugly game. I mean, obviously the biggest story out of that is Burrow Burry's his little toe
Joe
hurt,
Burrow.
and then everyone's like getting mad at him. Turns out he's gonna be out for basically the entirety of the season, if not, yeah, the whole season. He's gonna have to get surgery. Browning came in and still closed the game out. I mean, Jacksonville really lost this game too. Brian Thomas he was getting shitted on social media days. I mean, which is rightfully so. There was just a lot of over the middle plays where he was not looking for contact, dropping the ball, or just falling to the ground when he could have got like 20 if not like a touchdown on the run, like after the slant. There was a couple things like that. The coaching and Trevor Lawrence.
No, I
Yeah,
mean we said it last week. They're just not on the same page as a team. Yeah, I don't know. It's just sloppy ball all around. I mean, when you have Browning throw 3 picks and you can't capitalize on those, it's in that last. I think the last drive, they stalled for Jacksonville, and ultimately,
yeah, it was a
cost them
stinky
the
one.
game. So
Next
sloppy,
game
sloppy
was
football.
insane. Probably the best game of the week. The Cowboys Giants. Yeah,
That was crazy.
fucking
Yeah.
insane. Russell Wilson's like good for like for the last like 3 years. Russell Wilson's good for like one, maybe 2 games where he just looks like prime Russell Wilson with the deep balls. And that was this game. He put up like 450 yards or something like that. Should have won the game, but the Dallas's kicker is like one of those new age robot AI kickers who can bang 64 yarders. He's actually, I heard something like I think it was the amount of all the kickers I've ever hit a 64 yarder. Aubrey's the only kicker to hit more than one. So at this point, there's no question he's like crazy talent, crazy leg. And then they pull through in the overtime. So
Yeah.
that almost went to
Yeah.
a
Absolutely.
tie, dude. It was like down to like the last minute. That would have been hilarious.
Yeah. No, I mean it was crazy. I mean that was one of the games where I was kind of coming in and out, and it was I came to in about the fourth quarter with just a couple minutes left, and hell, I think I watched 3 lead
Crazy end.
changes in 2 minutes. So crazy, crazy game. I thought it was over a couple times, and it
Yeah,
kept
just keep
kept
feeding
on
neighbors if I'm the
going.
Giants. I just saw a stat. I mean, he's early in his career, but the average targets per game by all receivers, you got like Calvin Johnson, Marvin Harrison, players like that. They all average like 10, under 10 catches. Neighbors right or targets, excuse me. Neighbors right now averages like almost 12 targets a game in his early career. So yeah, he's becoming like the next
Crazy.
level thing. He is insane. So shout out neighbors.
I mean, pure talent, pure talent.
Detroit got one.
All right, we have Ben Johnson
Got
homecoming
whooped.
game here, and it was a messy one. That is the Detroit Lions that we had grown accustomed to last year. Didn't think they still had it in them. They proved me wrong. They threw up 52
Yeah,
points
and that speaks
against
loudly on
Chicago.
the Packers. I mean, the Packers
Um,
once again hate to bring them up again, but man, they really held down a obviously talented Lions. And we called it. We were gonna say like they're not gonna not put up these points a game, and of course they come back and put fucking 50. Uh, Chicago just needs to be able to have a run game with their lackluster passing scheme right now that they're trying to get together, trying to put it all together. And Swift is not helping in the backfield, so Chicago's got to get some shit going, dude. It's starting to become an ugly season fast.
Not looking good early on. All right, we have New England at Miami. Miami's just such a good team, man. I'm so glad to
Yeah,
watch
I
them
mean,
play every
shout out
week.
Drake May. He looked really good
Um,
for New England. He's at this point I can't deny he is a competitive baller. So I mean, I would kind of trust Drake May with the ball in his hands. But yeah, Miami, man. Even with like they're putting up numbers. I think Tua didn't look as incompetent as last week. Shout out Tyreek Hill for finally hitting 100 yards for probably first time in a long time, surprisingly.
Still
Yeah,
took
I mean
five
they got to put it
sacks though.
together. I'm not surprised if Miami
I mean,
makes drastic changes. I'm sure their coach goes. They're probably backs against the wall with the money for Tua, but got to do something. You're gonna have to change that whole identity. I would say it was fun while it lasted.
yeah, I think the front office kind of needs to get shaken up here a little bit because yeah, that's I mean you're talking even at the end of the last season, middle of last season, they just have not been clicking, and I think the chemistry in the locker room is starting to
Seems like
get
it.
pretty shitty now, and it's
Yeah, Miami.
not a good
Another thing I
sign.
like to say, they got down to like field goal range. Not field goal range. They were in field goal range, but they needed to score a touchdown in the last possession, and they got down to past midfield, and then I think it was a review, so there was like a long break, and Achane actually stepped out of bounds, so they took him back a little bit further. They were still in scoring range, like sniffing the end zone almost. And then they proceed to have two delay of game penalties immediately afterwards, 2nd and 20. Then they get to like 3rd and 8, 15. And then once again, they don't get the snap off till like 0 seconds on the play clock, and you're in the most important possession of the game, obviously. That's coaching and quarterback like engine. That's on the quarterback and coaching. I don't know, nothing else to say other than that. So that sucks, dude. Miami just needs to change everything.
Yeah, the leadership on a coach level and on a player level, something needs to give. I mean, obviously
Trade
Tyreek's
him.
kind of fed up with the team too.
Trade him for my fantasy team,
So
please. Yeah. But that's enough about that shitty game. San Fran stacked a win without
all
Brock
right,
Purdy. Obviously, it's against New Orleans, but yeah, Mac Jones. Shout out
Mac
Mac
Jones,
Jones. Shout out Christian
Mac
McCaffrey for
Jones.
being productive enough to keep them up against the shitty New Orleans. But yeah, once again, you got to stack these wins without your starting quarterback. So that's everyone matters. There you go. They puttered their way to a victory over a shitty New Orleans. That's how I'd say it.
Yep, that's 100% it. All right, we had
I
Buffalo
can't
at New
believe it.
York
Why did I do this?
Jets. Um, not a great game for Buffalo. They still pulled
Yeah,
out the
Josh
dub
Allen broke
though.
his nose and played through
Um,
it. I mean, that's you got a helmet on, but I had my money on the Jets. They looked good against a great defense in Pittsburgh. At least I thought great defense in Pittsburgh. Maybe it's different this year, but I mean Jalen Ramsey's a beast. We'll move on to that game after this, but Jets could not do anything. And then as soon as they like try to maybe come back from a crazy lead in the second half, Justin Fields gets a concussion. It was just a bad game. I don't know why I picked the Jets as my upset.
yeah, that was sloppy. Justin Fields had three completions out of 11
Gross.
attempts for like 30 yards. Tyrod Taylor, 7 out of 11 for 50 yards. Then he gets that, he bumps his head a little bit. So, and they just couldn't get anything going on the ground either. Brees Hall was held to less than 30 yards as well. I think the whole team maybe had 100, where
Yeah,
James Cook
James
had
Cook went
over
off.
100 by himself.
Absolutely went off.
So yeah, that was a bold
Nope.
move. It did not pay off.
Yeah, I mean if that was my only one, I would have really hated myself as in the sense of like putting in a parlay for it. But yeah, and then Seattle beat Pittsburgh. I mean that game was competitive till it wasn't. I don't know if you saw like their rookie Caleb Johnson muffed a kickoff.
I know I can no longer hear you. We're having technical difficulties here, so um, basically what he was trying to say was Pittsburgh was kind of hanging in there. We thought they had a little bit more life based on the game last week, but watching what New York did this week and what Pittsburgh has done this week, I guess the most recent week, maybe they were both. We got some false hope from both teams there. Sam Darnold threw up 300 yards, a couple tutties, a couple picks. Aaron Rodgers looking like Aaron Rodgers again. A couple hundred yards, threw a tutty, couple picks, got sacked a few times, and they just started stalling out. So it is what it is. Like I said, I thought they would be doing a little bit more, but yeah, moving on. Okay, is he back? He's muted. Yeah. All right.
I don't know if I'm using the right mic.
I don't know, but I can hear you.
All right, we'll power through it then. I
All
believe
right.
my
I,
mic
I
is
think
on
I think I just covered it. It's we're moving on. We're at L.A. at Tennessee.
All right, yeah. LA at Tennessee. Cam Ward had a fucking crazy first touchdown across the field. Something that you don't see in the NFL much. That was beautiful. If I'm Tennessee, I'm just looking forward to getting him some weapons next year, and hopefully they compete this year, of course. But the Rams still look like a competitive team. Obviously, in the NFC, they're probably one of the top three teams. Shout out Stafford for staying healthy so far. So far, so good for the Rams, man.
Devontae, I think he's at home, man. He's been looking good week after week.
Absolutely.
All right, and we had Carolina at Arizona. That was a closer game than I thought it was going to be. Bryce Young actually had a pretty decent game. They just couldn't finish. Not super surprised. I'm not going to say Arizona's a powerhouse team. They are 2-0. But at the same time, I think Carolina, they need to lose a few games like they did last season. They'll bench Bryce Young, and they'll come back a brand new man.
I wouldn't bench Bryce Young, man. He even week one he looked good. Had a lot of receivers screwing him over. If you ask me, that was the biggest narrative, and I think that kind of happened this week. Shout out Tet McMillan, the rookie first round pick. I mean, there was one play where he looked really good after the catch, and I mean, he was getting targets. Legette's kind of been a disappointment for them this year, Xavier Legette. So I think Bryce Young's gonna get them some dubs here coming up. Might be some foreshadowing of my pick for this week.
Leggett, man, he had like 8 targets and had 1 catch for -yards. It was crazy. When I was watching that, I was like, "You've got to be kidding me, dude."
And it's like 2 weeks in a row of that.
You
So
know. So, but yeah, shout out Bryce
that's
Young though. I mean, he had over 50 attempts. So they were really trusting him to sling the ball, and they came up short.
yeah.
All
India,
right,
Denver though.
Denver. Thank you so much for that leverage, Danny
Yeah, that's
Dimes, man.
crazy.
Danny Dimes, another great game. He had over 300 yards. Shout out Jonathan Taylor. He's looking back to like the money that we paid him was actually worth it now. Yeah, they look good. And like I said, they did get a little bit lucky with the leverage penalty on a 60-plus yarder. But I'll take it, man. I mean, Denver shot themselves in the foot a couple times. It's not just solely on that one play. So
I love to see it, man. Bo Nix is a fraud. That's all I'll say.
who's not a fraud? Tyler motherfucking Warren, man. Dude's a stud.
Yes.
Dude's a
Yeah.
stud.
He's over Brock Bowers right now
I
in
love it.
tight end stats.
I
So
love it, man. Yeah, he looks good, man. I'm so glad we got to steal him. I mean, I think we're 2-0. We haven't started the season 2-0 in 16 years. So Peyton Manning was our quarterback the last time we started 2-0.
crazy.
But here we
I'm
are.
happy for you guys.
Indiana Jones. Let's ride.
Yeah. Let's ride, dude. Steichen and Jones. That's what he needed. Jones needed a coach like Steichen. I mean, shout out Dayball, but yeah, I'm happy for you guys. You guys, in a lot of power rankings, you guys are like in the top five. Like definitely one of the top AFC teams in a lot of these power rankings. That actually makes sense. So
We started
Indy's
towards the
looking
bottom,
good, baby.
so now we're here.
Oh yeah, Drake.
All right, Super Bowl rematch.
Yeah.
Philly did it again.
It was a close game. Pat Mahomes has no weapons. He's running for his life. He's getting a lot of rushing yards. Yeah, I think he leads all quarterbacks in rushing yards. Probably all from scrambles too. They need better tackles. Travis Kelce made a really, I mean, it was kind of Mahomes and Kelce both miscommunication. It was like behind him, and he dropped the ball in the red zone, so that sucked. I mean, not for me though. Fuck the Chiefs. Chiefs going 0-2. That's crazy.
I think that's the first time they've been 0-2 since, was it 2018 or 2014? It's been a
I
while.
wouldn't be surprised if it was before Mahomes. I mean, I don't even know if Mahomes was starting in 2018. Definitely got drafted like 16, 17. So I don't know. But I love to see it. They're last in the AFC West. I think they're not even like favorited to win the division anymore after that game. So
It's crazy.
crazy.
I
Have
mean,
times turned? I don't know. It's
that
still early.
tush push is going to haunt them for the rest of their days.
Yeah, a lot of false starts that weren't called on those this week. But I think it's mostly because they were playing the Chiefs that people finally started complaining about it. If
Everyone's
you know
just
what I mean.
tired of it, Yeah, but
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, shout out Saquon, another solid game. But yeah, Travis Kelce for being as goated as people claim he is to drop that there when they needed it the most I mean, that's criminal, man. You would never have seen
Facts.
Gronk do that.
Exactly. Or Gates.
Just saying.
Or Dallas Clark.
Dallas Clark didn't even use gloves, brother.
Shit, Mark Andrews is better than Travis Kelce. All time.
There we go.
And that's not saying much.
All right, this is where you started to get on my ass here. You had Atlanta beating the Vikings, which they did, and they beat the fucking brakes off of them. Bijan Robinson ran all the fuck over Minnesota.
Yeah. Yeah, it was like a field goal fest, but yeah, Minnesota, like JJ McCarthy, the reason why I picked it was, I mean, he's still young and he looked a little flawed week 1 even though he put it together. Same thing happened. He just couldn't put together, hurt his ankle, played through it. Shout out him, but now he's about to miss several weeks apparently. Yeah, and Atlanta Penix, they kept the lead and kept kicking field goals, and they plunged one in with Algier. That pissed me off. I had a bet on Bijan touchdown, but whatever, man.
Beige Tutty, man. I needed that. But yeah, I mean, look, Penix didn't throw out monster numbers, but what he did not do that McCarthy did was turn the ball over multiple times, and I mean that's huge. So, and like I said, Beige was just running the fuck out of the ball. I mean, Algier had a great game too. So I mean, the rushing game really came through, and I think McCarthy getting hurt sucks. He's just injury prone at this point, but hopefully he bounces
Maybe.
back and you know has a decent career. But moving on, we have Tampa Bay at Houston. I love how yours is last too, like just like kind of end it all.
Yeah, I got home. I should have stayed an extra day, but I lost too much money. I was really thinking about staying an extra day to go to that game. But whatever, it worked out. But yeah, I mean, I guess to start things off, Tampa, Baker Mayfield still looks lights out. Probably the best he's ever looked. I mean, he had a great last 2 years, but
He's
he looked
keeping it going,
amazing.
man. I mean,
Yeah.
he was consistent. He didn't turn the ball over. He made, I think, a really crucial first down run, or a first down, third down conversion to get a first. While the pocket was just collapsing on him. So, shout out Baker. I mean, the dude runs angry. He always finishes the play. I think at one point he got hurt and someone was talking shit, and he popped up and just started talking shit right back. Didn't realize he was injured. But
Chauncey Gardner, dude, who I think they got some beef between. I mean, Chauncey Gardner Johnson's got beef with everybody, but yeah,
yeah,
they had some beef.
they
And then Houston, like shout out Nick Chubb, he broke one for like 15 yards with like 2 minutes left in the game. It's almost like Tampa let the touchdown happen just so they can make sure they get the ball. I wouldn't be surprised if that's the case, but yeah, I mean it was a methodical drive to go down and win the games. That's what winning teams do. So shout out Tampa for
it's
that dub.
strategy. I mean, if you definitely need to get the ball back and you're confident that you're going to score, fuck it, let him get the tutty.
Yep. And then we finish off with my boys.
There we
Late
go.
10 Eastern time. Our defense, I wouldn't say it's the Packers defense, but man, we had a game like that too where we were just swarming the ball, first play of the game, force a pick, ended up forcing 3 interceptions. Did enough on offense. Gave the ball to Justin Herbert to throw the ball again. So that's 2 weeks in a row where we didn't just run the fuck out the ball. We actually didn't run the ball at all, like the first half, basically. So great game, great defensive performance. Jesse Minter's a beast. He's gonna be a head coach sometime soon. I hope we win it all this year. But even if we don't, I hope he tries to ride it out with us for another year, kind of like a Ben Johnson, but defense.
Hey, shout out Keenan Allen though, man. He's still got something left in the tank, man. Proud of that
I'm
guy.
not surprised. A lot of people, yeah. I mean, dude, he's back at home. He's never been a speedy guy. He's a methodical route runner, and he still shows that he knows exactly what to do and where to go. So love
What
that
do you
guy.
think Geno Smith's quarterback rating was this week?
-4. I don't know. Yeah, those. I swear to God, I said this in the last episode. He was throwing the ball downfield a lot last week, and one of them I think was either a pick or almost a drop pick. And I was like, dude, we're bound to get some interceptions on this guy,
And you
and
got
and
a
that's
lot
exactly what
out
happened.
of them, and his
Yeah,
quarterback rating at the end of the night was 19.
yeah, that's insane. I mean, I'm not surprised, man.
After he
Even
threw
before
for
going into the
almost
game.
400 yards the week before, and after we were giving him all that praise because of his rapport and just how he's not afraid to take these shots, and he's not, obviously, he's not afraid to take shots, but when you play good defense,
You get exploited.
it's not a great time.
Yeah, man, bolt up. 2-0, Colts and Chargers 2-0.
There we go. Pound the walk, baby.
Pounded.
All right,
So
well,
yeah,
we
that
can
was week 2.
probably hop right into week 3. My favorite week, which is actually just the week that's coming up. So,
Hell yeah. I see what you did there.
all
See how
right
many
now,
pick differences we got. Because we're tied, ass to ass, like we said.
ass to ass. All right, so we got Miami at Buffalo. I don't think it's a huge surprise. They're playing in Buffalo prime time. It's Buffalo right now,
Probably.
so think we
Yeah.
hopefully we get that locked in. First discrepancy, game 1 on Sunday, Atlanta at Carolina. Um, I'm going to Atlanta, man. Bijan Robinson's been looking hot. I think they can keep riding on him. Carolina, like I said, Bryce looked all right, but they play too much inconsistent ball for me.
Yeah, I think I'm not to discredit Penix and Atlanta's defense and Bijan, of course, but yeah, I just think that they finally get one. Bryce Young's looked great 2 weeks in a row, in my opinion, even though they haven't came out with the dub. I was up in the air on this one, but I picked home. I picked the home team, and I definitely can see it happen. Interdivisional, yeah.
Let's see whose pinky's going and whose butthole. All right, we both got Green Bay, obviously, for the lights out defense, solid offense, and just Cleveland just having a hard time getting it together. They did show a little bit of life against Baltimore until they didn't, until they ran out. But I think with that Green Bay defense, they're gonna struggle.
Yeah, I bet they whoop the Cleveland Browns. Defense is too fucking good. They're like my Super Bowl pick now at this point.
All right now.
Yeah. What do we
All right, we
got
got
different too? We got
Houston, Jacksonville. We both agree on. Jacksonville is just like I said, we're not. They're just not clicking. And Cincy at Minnesota. I think with the hurt Burrow, Minnesota takes
Is
this
it
one.
Wentz on the is Carson Wentz the Vikings backup, I think?
I
So,
believe so.
I mean, Browning looked all right last year. I mean, 2 years ago when he played, and he did okay last week. But yeah, I mean, I'm taking Wentz at home over. I'm not watching the game.
I'm probably not going to watch it either, to be completely frank. But I mean, for what it's worth, what Minnesota does to washed up quarterbacks has it's been pretty phenomenal. So let's see if the trend continues there. All right, another discrepancy here. We got Pittsburgh at New England. I don't know. I just feel good about this one. For no rhyme or reason, Aaron Rodgers looked like ass. New England obviously came off a win, but something in my gut says he's gonna have a really weird season where he's on and then off, and I just feel like this might be non-game. Even though I know is it
Yeah.
Gonzo over there? Is he hurt still or is he playing?
Who?
The corner for New England,
Christian
Gonzalez.
Gonzalez? I don't know. He would miss the last 2 weeks, right? Oh yeah, I heard something about bigger news about the injury. I think. I mean, I guess regardless, like you said, I mean that is a big deal. Regardless, I think Geno Smith. The Raiders played the Patriots week 1, I think. So Geno, that big game was against New England's secondary, if I'm not mistaken. So I do think Aaron Rodgers will have a good game. I don't know. Drake May has been playing consistent ball. They're at home and they played competitive football last week too. That was kind of like Carolina with my thought decision. I was up in the air with that one. Give me the home team. I feel like if I'm wrong on any of them, it'd probably be this one more than the Atlanta one. I guess. I don't know. We'll
All
see.
right, we'll see. I think it's pretty obvious. I mean, not to discredit the LA Rams by any means, but Philly's just really hot right now. And unless you disagree or have any other inputs, I mean, it's just they're the
Yeah,
better
I mean that'll
team
be a
at
great
home.
game. That'll definitely be a great game. But yeah, I can't knock the 2-0 Philadelphia Eagles Super Bowl defenders. Yeah, hell yeah.
New York Jets at Tampa Bay. If the Jets quarterback room looked anything like they did last week, they're not going to do shit on Tampa. And I think Baker, he's just hungry, man. So they're playing solid, consistent football every week. I expect another good game at home from them.
Yeah, Tampa's just a super sleeper team. Good offense, good defense, a lot of weapons on the offensive side. A lot of running backs. Yeah, I like Tampa, man. I like Tampa over the Jets, especially after they broke my heart last week.
There we go. Indy at Tennessee. I mean, Indy's looking hot right now. Tennessee's really inconsistent. They're not getting things going. And as long as Indy continues to play at the level that they have been, my puberty's kicking in. Um, they should pull out the dub on this one.
Yeah, I agree. I couldn't not pick a hot Indianapolis Colts right now, man. I'm happy to see it. Tennessee, like you said, I mean interdivisional, so who knows? And Tennessee's at home, but I see you guys just keeping this roll on, just keeping it going. Hold on, my dog's scratching at the door.
All right, and then we have Vegas at Washington. We both are favoring Washington, especially after how poor Vegas played. Now, granted, Vegas did play a super hot Chargers defense. I don't think Washington's defense is quite that. My only concern is if Jaden Daniels' knee is going to be ready to go. But I just like Washington at home. So,
Yeah, like I was just about to say that. I hope Jaden Daniels isn't as hurt as some people were hoping or saying. But even if Jaden Daniels is in that pocket against a lackluster Vegas team, hopefully they can block fucking Max Crosby, but he is a game wrecker, so that'll be a big deciding factor. But yeah, give me Washington, man. They're a good ball team, and I'm sure they're hungry for a win after last week. Right, dude?
All right. Oh shit! I gotta go grab. I'm gonna go grab my German Shepherd and put him on my lap.
Mm,
All right, we
What's the
got
next
Denver
game?
at L.A. Chargers. We both have L.A. on this. L.A.'s defense is just too hot. I was cooking too. They find the ways to get the ball moving. If it's not through the air, it's going to be on the running game. And it's not just one guy either. I mean, you guys are splitting up the runs, so it's looking good. And you're obviously have a great wide receiver core now. I think QJ is finally starting to get it together. Quit dropping so many damn balls and scoring. He's got a touchdown in each game now, right? So
Yeah, yeah, and our receiving core went from like the grossest one in the league, and then even in the offseason, people were saying like why we didn't help the receiving room. But to have Ladd, Keenan, and QJ on the field with QJ not dropping the ball, I love all three of them on the field at the same time. I hope we just keep it cooking. This will probably be our hardest matchup of the season if you don't want to count the Chiefs as the one, because I mean their offense can roll, but you're right. I think our defense is hot. Our coach is smart, so I think we'll be able to exploit Bo Nix. And it might be probably a low scoring game if I'm not surprised. I wouldn't be surprised, but no bias. Give me the Chargers, baby. Bolt
there
up.
we go. Balls up.
Sweep the division.
And you guys are at home too, so I mean that's always an advantage there. So
Yeah, first home game.
all right,
Real
New
home game.
Orleans at Seattle. Until New Orleans can prove to me they're not the worst team in the league, I'm just going to go with the other team every single time.
Yeah, I mean
So,
Seattle powered through last week too against a good Steelers team, so I think they are on another level of the very lowest level of the Saints. So give me Seattle at home, baby.
here we go. All right, yet another discrepancy. We have Dallas at Chicago. Um, I didn't really want to pick either team. I just know that with how exciting the last game was against New York and how they survived that 500-yard barrage and squeezed one out at the end, maybe they just outscore Chicago. I mean, I think that's how people win games. You outscore the other team.
You do need more points. That definitely spoke loudly last week against the Giants. I just say, I just think Chicago, they're going to have some games where they put it together. And when you're playing a team that's secondary looked as bad as the Cowboys secondary last week, I think this will be a week where they put up good points and their offense is happy. Yeah, this was my gut feeling choice of the week. A lot of matchups that I'm not too confident in my
Yeah,
picks
I'm
on.
I'm not too confident in my parlay for each game this week. Just saying, I might round robin this one.
Yeah, I might as well. But yeah, I guess we'll move right on to that. Another discrepancy, right? I picked Arizona, you picked San Fran, and San Fran's at home. You got Mac Jones definitely still playing again. They treaded water against the shitty Saints, and like you said, I mean, I agree. Arizona has been hot. Be proving some people wrong. They're a really good defense. They put it together last 2 weeks, forcing turnovers. And then Kyler Murray looks really good. I mean, he already did look really good in most flashes when he's playing, but I mean, he's been looking really solid. So just, yeah, give me Arizona over San Fran. That's my
I
thing.
like San Fran just because I feel like the last couple of years they've been used to the next man up mentality. Someone's always been hurt, so I guess I'm assuming they've considered a lot of depth in each position. So just kind of they've been forged in fire because everyone gets fucking banged up over there. So I'm assuming the next man's always got to be ready. So that's kind of my mentality and why I think San Fran might take it here.
Yeah, Mac Jones is probably he's one of the best backup quarterbacks. I probably don't have to even think that hard to say that. So shout out Mac Jones. Let's see what happens. And then we both got KC over the Giants, even though the Giants put up big numbers last week. Yeah, Kansas City's defense is miles better than Dallas's defense.
Yep, absolutely. And I think Kansas City, starting off the way they have, I think they're a little embarrassed. So I think they got something to prove here. So I'm assuming that if these guys are still hungry for another Super Bowl, they're gonna come at it with this game here, especially on prime time because Taylor's gonna be on every fucking screen.
For sure. But
All
yeah,
right, Monday night,
Baltimore.
Detroit at Baltimore. I mean, this could really go either way, to be frank with you, but it's just Baltimore, I think they're just, I don't know, at home, prime time, and they have the capability to put up monster numbers. I mean, obviously they have an MVP caliber quarterback. They have weapons in the receiving core, and then you can't discredit Derrick Henry, even though he had like 20 yards last game. I think they're going to utilize him a little bit more as long as, something's not wrong with him. I see him bouncing back and having a monster game.
Yeah, you got to feed Henry. I mean, Lamar's played lights out, but you got to feed Henry. It's football. It's not flag football. You got to run the ball. This is gonna be a fun game. I guess I'm blown that it's Monday night. I'll have to stay up, but man, that's gonna be a fun game.
Yeah, it's going to be a great game to watch. So there we are. Comment below who's the idiot here, who's got better picks. We're obviously ass to ass right now, so we're both ass and ass. But yeah,
Someone's fingers going in. That's a fact mathematically, right?
statistically it should happen unless something wild occurs. But yeah, that's our week 3 prediction. We do have a small parlay. I think you were foreshadowing a little bit earlier. If you want to break that off.
Yeah, I was trying to get the dog jump, but yeah. First off, we're 1-0, y'all. So if there's ever a time to trail, it's follow us now, man. This is it. My first leg for Thursday's game of probably, I would assume, a massacre is James Cook first half touchdown. I'm riding with another first half touchdown leg. James Cook coming off a great game. I wouldn't be surprised if the Bills put up like 3+ touchdowns in one half. Starting
Yeah,
the games.
it's definitely doable. I got Tyreek, 70 plus yards receiving. He had a pretty big game last week. Yeah, right on the mic. But to your point, I think the Bills are going to have a monster game, put up a ton of numbers, and just have some. It's going to be a lot of garbage time for Tyreek to just get some bullshit completions and receptions, and I think he can, he'll get 70 yards in probably the fourth quarter alone. So
I like that a lot. I mean, exactly what you said. I'm sure they'll be playing from behind, and even if they aren't, like they played this week, Tyreek finally had a good game, so I like it.
all right, well that's easy money. It's not one of those massive plus 1,000 legs. This is something you can just get your weekend rolling, just a little hors d'oeuvre, if you will.
Yeah, if you're in Vegas, I could probably afford a I'm not free, a blow job with the payout.
All right, all right.
So you
Someone's
can
got
get
a
you some
profit boost.
carpaccio. You can get some carpaccio or a fellatio. Up to
So
you.
clearly, someone's running a profit boost this week. Mine'll maybe get me a glizzy with like chili on top.
Dude, $40 blowjobs, dude.
Yeah, my thing was out to like $28.
Uh,
All right, y'all. We
Yeah, well,
appreciate
that's
you
it.
watching. That was week 3 of Tonawa Pound the Walk podcast, baby. We'll catch you next week.
comment, subscribe, comment, and like, and then comment and subscribe and comment and like.
I think that was from Eminem's second album.
Yeah. If you had one comment